Hello. Ooh, it's on. All right. We are excited to welcome you to our first ever cocktail showcase that is topping off our first ever cocktail camp. This evening, you are going to get to sample 8 cocktails made by 10 bartenders from 8 different bars and restaurants from all different parts of Minnesota. Local, North Shore, Central Minnesota, the Twin Cities, they're all represented. And these are all just fantastic, creative people who it has been such a joy and pleasure to get to spend time with, to get to know better. So much of doing something like this hinges on the people who are involved. And, we didn't really know what we were getting into doing this because we've never done this before, but we knew it would hinge on the people, and everyone who's going to present to you tonight is an absolute gem. We also decided, just for fun, maybe it's a little power trip, but we decided to use this as an opportunity to declare Minnesota's favorite fall cocktail of 2024, because why not just go big?
My cocktail is feeling the very fall vibes. I like aquavit, it's very underrated liquor. I like egg whites in a cocktail also. So I just started kind of researching different pairings of what goes really well with aquavit, what's really, really nice, really bright.
Hi guys, good evening. Thanks for coming out tonight. Being a woman in a male-led industry, I thought it was really cool to be able to work with Emily Vikre and the other great team members that she has. I worked with Jesse, and him and I had quite the journey when we were creating this cocktail. It was initially supposed to start out as this herbal tea cocktail featuring their cognac aged Voyager Aquavit, which I had never played with before. So one of my things I really wanted to do was step out of my comfort zone and do something fun and unfamiliar with myself. So it went from being herbal to tropical and tiki, hence why it's called Not Your Auntie's Tiki.
I really wanted to hone in on the Scandinavian roots here and really go all out and make a dirty martini that you will never forget. So it is a pickled herring, dirty aquavit martini with some little beet action going on there. Give it some nice little sweetness, earthiness. I hope you guys like it. Actually, genuinely, it's delicious. Trust me, it really is. It's not as in your face as you expect, but
we're interesting and delicious drink. I'm Swedish and Finnish, and I love dirty martinis, and it's awesome. And I give it a 3 of all my 3 points.
We were really inspired by savory and then having some of herbaceousness. One of our cocktails that we have on our menu is a Serrano margarita, so we like that spice where we work. It has that red pepper to it, and then it also has a bit of acid. There's a hint of orange, and then it has a little bit of kick at the end, but you can really smell the red pepper and the thyme. So we're excited for you guys to try it.
Hello, Duluth. Can you all hear me? All right, let's go. The evolution of the cocktail started with the movie Dune. And in the movie Dune, there's a giant sandworm. The sandworm is called Shai Hulud. So I thought it would be funny to make a cocktail called Chai Hulud. All right, we're having a good time. And then this morning came, and just like Emily was describing, we looked at the map, and there were some overrepresented elements, and there were some underrepresented elements as well. 2 of those are the Cedar Gin and the Vikre's Amaro Superiore. And then you start thinking to yourself, well, all you gotta do is add sweet vermouth, and baby, you got a Negroni. Yeah, and if you add a little bit of chai syrup, you get a chai Negroni. And then if you add ancho bitters and a branded rock with the Vikre logo and then Angostura floating in the logo, you have what I like to call a very accessible Negroni. It's bittersweet. It has winter and fall spices, and we call it Love Child.
part of the inspiration for this cocktail was going into the fall season, thinking about all those flavors that we love to transition into as we're a little bit chillier outside, putting on more sweaters. And we want something warm and cozy and just comforting and maybe a little bit more rich. And something that we also kind of crave is the idea of something different. So tiki cocktails can sometimes seem a little too unapproachable, just because we've had a lot of bad pina coladas that were overly sweet or just poorly made. And so with this one, we kind of fuse the two together. So creating that pumpkin spice that we want to lean into for the fall season, whether or not we like pumpkin spice lattes. And then, changing it with some of those flavors that we see in a tiki cocktail, especially the painkiller.
Did this cocktail completely backwards. On normal cocktails, I start with a spirit and go with citrus and sweetener and bitters and go forward. This one came to me in a vision when I could not sleep, and it was a intoxicating, alluring cocktail that when it went by you, it just caught your eye, but it was also romantic and delicate. So even though it looks rich and dark, it is completely full of freshness and hopefully the flavors and the herbs that you would get off the night wind.
The inspiration for our drink is dessert. And at our bar, we have a kitchen and a cocktail bar. We don't have any desserts on our menu, and people have always been like, we need dessert, we need dessert, we need dessert. We are from Waseca, Minnesota, which is a really small town in southern Minnesota, for those of you who don't know. And so most of the dessert cocktails that we have, they're pretty simple. Like we have a strawberry shortcake and we have another caramel drink, but this one was really intriguing to us because we added this miso caramel to it, which is like the perfect blend of sweet meets salty. And so we hope that you love it.
It's time to reveal our People's Choice Award, but first let's have one more round of applause for these amazing, awesome people who dove in with us to do something brand new and share their time with us. Thank you all so much for being here. It's been a pleasure. Okay, so we counted up the votes and it was incredibly close. Actually, it was more evidence that these are all awesome cocktails. So really, really close. But we do have a grand prize winner. Their grand prize is that they get to be up at 7 tomorrow morning to do a radio spot with us to talk about their cocktail, everybody's favorite activity. And so our People's Choice Award, Minnesota's Best Fall Cocktail 2024 is, I don't even know. Ooh, Not Your Auntie's Tiki! Vienna! So much for being here. Thank you all so much for being here. Much love to you all. Literally everyone is a winner, and we are even more winners because we got to enjoy a bunch of cocktails.
It is Wednesday, which means it's Vikre Wednesday, and I'm Tony is back in studio with us. And it's kind of a special one today. We talked about it last week a bit, the cocktail showcase that was going on, which, by the way, sold out.
Sold out.
But you're going to make the winning cocktail today?
Yeah, so we're going to make the people's favorite, which is Vienna's, and I will prepare the cocktail. And Vienna, do you want to talk about the ingredients in there?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. My cocktail is Not Your Auntie's Tiki, which was something that I really wanted to step out of my comfort zone a little bit. I had never tried anything tropical tiki. It was actually Jesse, who also works at Vikre. It was his idea to go that direction. So we infused their Hay and Sunshine whiskey with cinnamon, nutmeg, all kinds of like fall spacey flavors. And then we also infused their Voyager Aquavit with pink peppercorn. So I've never infused anything before. I really wanted to try something different and new. And those are two very funky flavors, but it complements really well with their pistachio orgeat that they make in-house at Vikre, along with lime juice. There's velvet falernum in there. Dry sherry wine for a little nutty profile, Angostura bitters, pink peppercorn syrup. Yeah, it's She's fun and funky, and cayenne salt too. We can't forget about the cayenne salt for a nice little kick there. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yes,
and
congratulations.
Thanks for coming in this morning, getting up bright and early. I know you guys were up late last night, so on tone again, as always. Thank you, and thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you.